At the beginning of the story, we see a little girl who was imprisoned in the boundary wall. He had no way to get out of there, and suddenly cement started pouring in from all sides. Before we came to know whether the girl survived or not. The scene cuts from here and we see a time 15 years after the incident, where we see a girl named Sam who has recently completed her college studies. Her father is a demolition master, the owner of the company. On the day of Sam's graduation party, his father happily invites him into his company. Offered a job. His first task was to inspect a very old building. Researching the break. This is actually the same building in which we had that small. Had seen the girl. If she is successful, she will get a stake in the company. It was a very famous building built with great technology, around which some wasn't either. It was built by a famous architect named Joseph. When she reached the building, she was welcomed by Mary, the caretaker there. Lived there with only son Jimmy. Sam told Mary that he was in the same building. We'll stay in the room for a few days. Jimmy took her bags and led her to the room and also tell the rules of the building. No one is allowed on the 8th floor. Because it used to be of Mealy's Lisa and there was danger on the terrace too. On the way, Sam named Julie. Saw some girl's room. In the evening he asked me how many people live here now. Mary told that only 4 people live here. Mary and Jim are here to take care of. Have stayed and the other 2 refused to vacate the building. The next day Sam started inspecting the entire building thoroughly. Sam has to prepare a report, in which it will be written that where and which building is to be demolished. Will be explosive. After a few hours, she went to buy food from the nearby market. There he took someone's laptop and saw the history of the building. He found out that in 1993 many people had gone missing continuously from this building. Finally when they met, that dreadful scene shook everyone's heart. 16 people including men and women and children were all involved, confining them in tiny rooms with cement over them. All these people were buried alive there. One of the men was Maelstrea himself. At first a laborer was accused of all this, but later he turned out to be innocent. Till date nothing is known about that murderer. After that Sam came back to the building. Marks were made at the places of explosives. Then suddenly from behind, the man started coming running with an axe. Actually this guy is one of the other 2 who had refused to vacate the building. From the collapse of this building, he was not happy at all. At night, Jimmy secretly took Sam to the 8th floor. Jimmy tells him about Maelstrea, the building's architect, as the murderer told him. Buried alive in the wall. They both reached a room and Jimmy told him that. Shown the wall where Maelstrea's body was found. His face in the cement when his body was found. It was difficult to even recognize. His mother Mary was the one who finally recognized his body. Jimmy also told that there was a little girl named Julie among those 16 people, which we saw at the beginning of the story. The room that Sam is stuck in is actually, it was Julie's. Among those 16, Jimmy lost his father too. Suddenly, the light went off, and in the rush, Sam hurt his leg. Jimmy later hurt her. He applied medicine and started trying to get close to her. But Sam made it clear that she doesn't want that. In the evening she was looking in the mirror when suddenly she started moving. He removed the mirror and saw only then a stream of blood started flowing from a hole there. As soon as Sam got close to him, someone forced her into the wall. His eye. When opened, she was locked in a small room like that. Around in no time. Cement started filling. She was crying out in fear and crying out for help. Suddenly his eyes opened. He realized that it was a bad dream. Now he can't sleep. When she was staying, she started roaming here and there in the building. Suddenly something appeared in front of him, due to which she got very scared. But it was none other than her boyfriend Peter. Sam took to show the building with her. Roaming around they both reached the 8th floor. Roaming there, Sam and Peter found a way. Sam got down from it and she's a spy. Reached the room. Any room in the building can be monitored from this room. Could if Ma'am realizes that it is from here in the gym that he sees her taking a bath. Sam confronts Mary about it and walks out of the gym embarrassed. Gone. Later in the night, Peter said that they should leave. That dangerous. She was a little scared after the dream, so Sam agreed. After that, some of their loving moments. Jimmy was very jealous after seeing this. The next day, Sam started packing her things. The report of the explosives used to demolish the building was also prepared. Before leaving, Jimmy came to ask her to keep an eye on him. Then he gave Sam a gift. This was the diary of the famous architect Maelstrea. After reading it, Sam realized that the building there should be a big open space right in the middle. Jimmy on the roof to find this place. He went but did not return. Sam and Peter go after her to find her. They found a huge tunnel in the middle of the building. Where Jimmy's voice come from was saying he was calling them for help. Sam descends through a rope into the tunnel reached. In the beginning everything was going well, but suddenly someone threw an iron bar crossed over Peter's head. He died in front of poor Sam's eyes. Anymore, Sam's eyes open in the tunnel, but there she is not alone, but a mysterious man was present with him. This man was none other than Maelstrea, the architect of the building that Sam now till then she was thinking that she was dead. In fact, he has been imprisoned here since then. One in the hand of Maelstrea there was a radio, and voices calling for Jimmy's help were coming from it. It was clear that the voice Jimmy recorded it so he could trap Sam here. Then he told Sam through the letter, for it was written that Jimmy would keep her imprisoned here until you can't learn to love. Then Jimmy sent Sam's report to his father and drowned his car in a pond. He made up this story to make everyone think Sam has gone for a walk with her boyfriend. Elsewhere in the tunnel, Maelstrea disclosed. He told that for the murder of 16 people killed in 1993 his hand is behind. Maelstrea felt that the buildings of ancient Egypt were still the same. It stands like that because people were buried alive and sacrificed there. He also wanted to keep the buildings built by him standing forever. So he told people buried alive in the walls. He told that Mary's husband was also among those 16 people. That's why, to avenge his death, Mary has imprisoned Maelstrea here forever. Mary tricked everyone by passing off the body of another man as that of Maelstrea. External, everyone in the world thought that Maelstrea was dead, whereas he was imprisoned here. It's Jimmy later returned and how he sent the tape down. Maelstrea played the tape and Jimmy said that he wants to see them both dancing together. Maelstrea explained to Sam that Jimmy's orders have to be obeyed. If they didn't listen to him, Jimmy gives terrible punishment. Hearing this, Sam also agreed to dance. When Jimmy asked to kiss them, Sam refused. Maelstrea forcibly pulled Sam's kiss, stopping them a few moments later. Jimmy tells Maelstrea that after today she is not allowed to touch Sam. Do not dare. Later, as a reward for obeying him, Jimmy gave a basket of food and drink. It also had a radio which he used to talk to Sam. Was sent. Morning came to my roof and Sam shouted to him for help. Sam with Maelstrea. Mary was shocked to see this. Mary angrily said that for this place and this rascal, but now they have to keep Sam in the same prison or else he will get out and go to the police. We'll give all the news, and if the police put Mary in jail, Jimmy will be all alone, will be done. Later in the afternoon, Sam's father came with his team to demolish the building. Arrived because they got Sam's report. They planted explosives, started it. Meanwhile, Sam was still imprisoned in the building with Maelstrea. She wooed Jimmy, tried to get out of there but to no avail. Then Maelstrea dug a grave which was connected to the cement pipe. That lunatic thought that the team will not be able to break it if another man sacrifices his life by being buried alive. She has her own decided to sacrifice his life. He told Sam to kill him. Little after hesitating, Sam kills him and he falls in his grave. Now the grave started filling with cements. There Mary and Jimmy were standing outside the building. A few moments I was about to explode when Jimmy began to change his mind. All of a sudden he calls Sam's name. He started running towards the building. On hearing his daughter's name, Sam's father immediately explosion stopped. Jimmy goes to find Sam on the roof and his father learns the truth. Walked. After this Sam was taken out from there and taken in an ambulance. To me too, Maelstrea was put in jail for the crime of imprisonment. After all, I told Sam that Maelstrea 27 buildings were built and all are still standing as they are today. This building is his heart. She was closest to him and he put his life on the line to save her. This. In view of the sacrifice, it was decided not to demolish this building in its memory. This building still stands today. Thinking about the decision of not demolishing the building was right. How did you like this movie explanation? Do tell by commenting. If it is the first time on the channel, then subscribe to the channel.